Welcome back, folks. Sport Federation TV. We, of course, carry on talking about sport in the Western Cape and the federations in the Western Cape. And as you know, Tug of War has been, active in the Western Cape across the various districts, and also been busy returning to play. They've got some big competitions coming up, and he was on the line with us almost a few months ago, but Anton Botha, patron of Western Cape Tug of War. Anton, great to see you again. How are things with you?
Awesome to be back here, JP. Good to see you as well. It's going well with us.
Yeah, it's been a number of weeks now since we spoke last, and the last time we spoke it was lockdown, different level, and things were very inactive. Have you at least managed to keep your guys motivated, happy?
Yeah, we were quite amazed when we had to make the decision, are we going back to play or shall we postpone it till next year? We sort of made a poll, and overwhelmingly the people came back and said, no, please, we would like to start doing matches and practicing and everything that goes with that.
Anton, of course, does that exclude the schools? I mean, we know that schools is a slightly different thing.
Yes, that's unfortunately so. So we have started with our season. So yes, the schools at this stage, not, although there's been a circular out just a week or so ago that schools can, non-contact sport can start practicing.
Yeah. So you guys have already had your first now with the adults, of course, at the club level, and of course where they are competing, from what I understand, not at a school premises, or they're at a club premises, in private facilities, and that. You guys have already had your first training sessions or first competitions.
Yes, we in fact had our first league competition about 2 weeks ago. Went very well against new normal is on the go, but pretty much it actually went very well. You could see the people were hungry to get back into the sport.
When you talk about league competition, how do leagues competition work in the Western Cape?
In the Western Cape, we have the different clubs. These different clubs are, of course, within the Cape Metropole. They are within Winelands, within Eden, within Overberg. And these different clubs get together every second Saturday, and they have competitions amongst each other. That's pretty much our league competitions. Here we have grouped with Winelands, Cape Metropole and Winelands, and we have a Cape Metropole / Winelands competition where the different clubs, both within Winelands and Cape Metropole, we compete against each other every so often.
And within those structures, of course, just for the folks who haven't watched Tug of War before, just tell us how many guys are in the team, because we always know that when you guys talk about Tug of War, you're giving it in these weight categories, like 500, 600 kilos at a time.
Yes. Of course, there's 8 people to a Tug of War team. We have an indoor discipline as well as an outdoor discipline. Indoor, we're on rubber mats. South Africa, mostly into the outdoor discipline. It's also the most popular discipline in the world. Then for the under-19s, those 8 members, for instance, the men must weigh not more than 160 kilogram in total. In the ladies, it is 480 kilogram. You have both age categories, but coupled to that, there's also the weight categories. Then in the seniors, of course, when we compete in, we have 4 weight categories for the men, 2 for the ladies, and then there's also a mixed 4 men and 4 ladies category. So we pretty much provide for the lighter athletes as well as the medium athletes, and then also the more bulky, heavier weight athletes.
Anton, so we believe that you've got your first big competition. I think you might even be one of the first sport codes to have the scale of this competition, but we believe in the next couple of weeks you've got your first championships, being the South African Championships.
That is indeed so. It is on the 24th of October in Hartenbos. We in fact have our national club championships. So we have basically within a season, we have a club championship season. You have your normal league matches and they move up. And then we have nationally all the top clubs in the country getting together at one place. After that, we continue into regions, districts, provinces, and that builds up to the SA Championships. So on the 24th of October in Hartenbos, we will in fact have the National Club Championship, and clubs from over South Africa will then participate there.
So your club champs is different to your South African championships?
That is correct.
Right.
All the different clubs in South Africa participate against each other. We have the first league being our Premier League. We also have a second league, the President's League. And then after the National Club Championships, the teams regroup and we make Western Province teams, Western Province A, B, and Winelands A and B. So that's more the high performance teams, and they go into a season. Then we have a Western Cape Championship first. Across the country, they have different provincial championships, and then you get Northern Cape, Free State, all the provinces in South Africa getting together for the SA Championship proper, which is the high point of our season, so to speak.
That's fantastic. So that's the opportunity for our Western Cape athletes to put the Western Cape, this badge, to wear these Western Cape colours and go and compete against the other provinces.
100%, absolutely so.
Anton, and just from a training perspective, are the guys able to train at the moment? Are they training at home? Are they able to train with coaches? How's that working now?
Yes, we've been very fortunate. We could already start practicing from the beginning of August. So we have been practicing. Prior to that, it was individually. And then from beginning of August, going through the most necessary testing protocols, etc., they could practice in team format also with all the necessary regulations in place. And yes, 2-3 weeks ago we had our first league competition. We have another one coming up on the 17th of October, then the National Cup Championship on the 24th. So we're now in the competition already. Any
idea which club is going to come out on top next week and of course at the SAs?
It's very interesting. I think there's a surprise coming. I hear Osmasburg in the Northern Cape. The Northern Cape is coming with some teams. They've been practicing very hard. They've been knocking on the door, and I think we might just be surprised this time round.
So we've got our work cut out for ourselves. It's not going to be easy.
Yes, absolutely.
Who's the top team, top club in the Western Cape? Who can we keep an eye out from a Cape Town or a Cape Winelands or Eden perspective?
The interesting thing, it's a Swellendam club, but because their training equipment is at the school, at the Swellendam High School, they could not practice at all. So they are out of the competition this year. So that is part of the reason why it's all up for grabs, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it will give some other clubs the opportunity to get to the top.
Fantastic, Anton. We're of course looking forward to getting lots of photographs and lots of videos, and we can't wait to see who the new club champions are.
Absolutely, we will keep you posted.
South African Championships then in Hartenbos on the 23rd and 24th of October.
That is correct. The club championships, in fact.
Club championships. Thanks, Anton. We'll leave it at that. We'll catch up again soon.
Thank you, JP.
There we go.
Great speaking to you guys.
Always fantastic. Thanks, Anton. There we go, folks. Anton Botha is, of course, patron of Western Cape Tug of War. And they've got it started. They've got the ball rolling after some very difficult times. And we're absolutely thrilled to see the great work that the sport codes are doing to keep everything moving forward, to get back on track. And it's been devastating for the sport codes. But with the type of work that the federations and the federation administrators have been doing behind the scenes, we know we're going to get there. Folks, we'll take an ad break. When we come back from a break, we carry on talking about sport in the Western Cape. Don't go away.